Ever since the official release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker's teaser trailer just over 3 months ago over at Star Wars Celebration, it left a lot of fans very excited and eager to see the next Star Wars Episode 9 trailer by director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, we do know that the next trailer is slated for release on August 24th of this year at D23. In fact, we're going to learn the official plot synopsis of this movie on the 23rd, just one day before the second trailer of Episode 9. So what's really exciting about this film is that, yes, we do know that there are going to be a lot of connections to the prequels and the originals and a whole lot more in this movie, and that's actually going to lead to a way of JJ ending it in a very satisfying way. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to various shot descriptions of the upcoming trailer 2 of this film, this is where things begin to get very intense for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of a rear shot of Kylo Ren holding all the broken pieces of his helmet that he destroyed during the events of The Last Jedi. It's described that as Kylo examines the broken pieces of his helmet, the voices of Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader can be heard. It's said that the voice of Anakin Skywalker is said to be a faint piece of dialogue and taken directly from Star Wars Episode 3 and deleted scenes from the film to add in new dialogue of Anakin talking about the Force. It's described that this alludes to the connections of the prequels being teased in the upcoming trailer by use of Anakin Skywalker's voice, where the shot eventually transitions to a moment in which jump shots of a older or some kind of helmet is put back together, where Kylo wears it in the dark, where the red cracks in his mask glow in the dark itself. The next describes a profile view of Luke Skywalker next to R2-D2 on an unknown world, looking down at the ground where Luke is said to be on top of a large cliff. It's said that Luke is wearing his ceremonial robes and eventually lifts his head up while he appears emotional. Another describes a sequence in which both Rey and Kylo Ren are charging toward each other, with both of their lightsabers ignited. It's said that they are both screaming as they near each other, where once they are around 2 feet from each other, the shot goes into slow motion, where all of their first moves that are exchanged are seen in slow motion that eventually jump to regular speed to add dramatic effect. So let's go over a couple of parts about this and why this by far is very intriguing of how it's really focused on the dark side. We do know that Episode 9 is going to have a lot of darker elements than that of Revenge of the Sith, and it seems as though that J.J. Abrams really wants to make this movie a dark and gritty film. So let's talk about the moment in which we have Kylo Ren holding all the pieces of his helmet that he destroyed during the events of The Last Jedi. Now, while he's holding this helmet, he hears the voices of Anakin Skywalker, or at least just for the trailer, there are, of course, voiceover work by, of course, Hayden Christensen from Star Wars Episode 3 that's being used to deliver Anakin Skywalker dialogue for that specific scene, as well as dialogue taken from deleted scenes of Episode 3 being used for the upcoming trailer. Now, while Anakin's voice is said to be very faint and in the distance, almost very similar to what happened with the Last Jedi teaser trailer, you guys may or may not recall. But the Last Jedi teaser trailer back in April of 2017, we heard multiple voices, such as Obi-Wan, Leia, you name it. So with that being said, this particular moment is teasing of what Kylo Ren is going to do with his helmet, which transitions to the very moment in which Kylo Ren brings his helmet to a welder, an old welder that's actually said to be the forger in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Without a doubt, this welder that appears in the upcoming trailer 2 is the forger that we have been talking about for so very long now, that is said to be over 1,000 years old and lives in the Dark Spire, a tall castle-like structure, and is said to essentially be the dark side version of Maz Kanata. Now, this character design is said to be almost like a monkey and a wolf combined, where he's able to weld the helmet back into one piece, where Kylo Ren eventually puts his helmet on, where the cracks in his helmet glow in a red hue. Very interesting. I want to go over Luke Skywalker and where he may be. Now, Luke Skywalker is said to have a profile shot in this film, and in this second trailer specifically, where he's next to R2-D2, standing on the edge of a cliff. Now, I'm not quite sure if this is Ahch-To, because we do know that on Ahch-To, Luke Skywalker did not go there with R2-D2. He left R2 behind. Now, that's the big mystery here. What's really going on here? It's said that it's very similar to the world of Ahch-To. However, it's hard to say exactly what Luke Skywalker is looking down at from the cliff. So Luke is said to be looking down at something, which could very well be, and I would say that it would be him looking at his downed X-Wing. But we do know that R2-D2 never went to Ahch-To with Luke Skywalker, so that wouldn't make much sense. So this must be a brand new world that is being teased in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker in the form of a flashback as well. Again, a lot of things are happening with this movie that are said to be very unexpected by JJ. That's really going to change our view of The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.